Hi everyone, so welcome back to A Cup of Chai, and I have my cup of chai right here. But today I'm going to talk about what happened to me over the weekend because it was kind of weird. But anyway, so my neighbor who lives right next to me is also married to a military member, but we live off post in a gated community like 30 minutes away from post. And she doesn't really come and talk to me. We don't hang out or anything like that, but she ended up coming over to let me know that her van had been broken into and ransacked. And what's really weird is she had a really expensive GPS and really expensive headphones, and they were just left on the car, like on her car seat basically, and they weren't stolen. So we don't know what this person's looking for, but it really did sound familiar because last November, before Chris left, someone came and bashed his window in and ransacked through his car. So we started storing his car in the garage because we thought that maybe we were just being targeted for I don't know what reason. And ever since then, I've just been locking the other vehicle and really don't have anything valuable in it. So I really didn't think to go check my vehicle because every night I make it like a point to lock my doors and lock the front door, lock the back door, set the alarms, all that stuff. So that didn't really make me want to go and check my car. So later that afternoon, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go check. And I did, and when I walked up, I noticed in the window, like everything had been ransacked in the car. So I'm like, how did they get in if it's locked? So that's why I'm so paranoid right now, because there's no damage, no windows broken, nothing. My son's DVD player and my husband's flashlight were the only things of value in there, and they were still in the car. So I have no idea what this person is doing or why, and that's what's killing me right now, because I don't know if he or she is going to start breaking into houses. So my initial reaction was to call the homeowners association to find out if anybody else has had the same problem. And lo and behold, I guess there's been a bunch of break-ins, but nobody has told us anything. So there's a lot of lack of communication with the HOA here in this neighborhood. And so what I kind of want to ask you guys, because the weird thing is the HOA asked me to file a police report, thinking a police officer was going to come out and like look at my vehicle, because I left it just the way that person left it. And I even took pictures because I don't know, I used to be in the field, and so I know taking pictures for evidence is really important. So I just took pictures just in case, and maybe the police officer would recognize, oh yeah, you know, we've seen this somewhere else before, whatever, put two and two together and like CSI the whole thing. But no, actually they told me that because there wasn't anything stolen and no damage to my steering wheel or anything, that it was just going to be vandalism and I should just report it to the online crime reports, and then they would issue me like a citizen's report number, and that would be it. So that really surprised me, because I would have loved the police officer to come out here so that he could show his presence, and maybe the person who's actually doing it would notice like, oh wow, the cops are actually there and I might get caught or something. I don't know. But obviously, you know, we live in a bigger city now and that stuff just doesn't happen anymore. So I ended up filing the report and taking it a step further, because I hate it. I really hate it because it makes me feel like I am violated. And I had posted the picture on Instagram, and you know, this has happened to a lot of people. Obviously, this happens all the time. But when it happens to you, you start worrying, what are they gonna do next? What if they bash my windows in? What if they try attacking me in my own house? Like, we don't know anything. So I went across the street and let the new neighbors know. And then I went over next to them and just started a chain reaction, because I want the whole neighborhood to know that we know that this is going on and that we're gonna take a stand on it. Because if you just sit back and don't do anything, don't share it with anyone, no one's gonna know about it, and it's just gonna keep happening. So if you do live in a community, try to get to know your neighbors, even if it's just saying hello, hi, my name is. You don't have to be friends with them, but that's one of the lessons I learned, because now that I went over to like the kitty corner neighbors, they gave me their phone numbers just in case an emergency would happen. I could get a hold of them. So I don't feel so alone now. But Anyway, just make sure you do not have any valuables in your vehicle that are like out in the open, because there are some pretty crazy people out there and they will do anything to get a hold of stuff. Now, in my case, they didn't want valuables, so they either wanted money or drugs or weapons. I don't know. I don't know what they're after, and I don't know who it is. So I did a stakeout last night, which I know sounds pretty crazy, but I pretty much like stared out the window just to see if I could see anything, and two teenagers were like running like hell late last night when it started getting dark. Like, they were running from someone. Now, obviously, it's probably not even them, but you know, those are some of the things that you should just keep an eye out in case you see anything suspicious in your neighborhood. But yeah, so that was lovely. Of course, things have to happen when Chris is gone. But you know, for now, I'm just going to get some security lights, an alarm on my car, and then go from there and figure out what I can do to deter people. What's really great, a really good idea, is to get a sign that has like, you are on CCTV or you are being recorded or something, and just kind of fake a video camera outside of your home, and then maybe that might deter people. I don't know. That might be a good idea. I'm thinking about doing that myself. So anyway, hopefully you learned a little bit from my experience. I hope it never happens to you, because it sucks and you're sitting there paranoid and worried and all that stuff. So anyway, until next time, I will talk to you soon. I will be coming back with the Zumba Core for Wii review, so stay tuned for that. And I'm gonna be doing a chai recipe from scratch in case you're wondering on how to make it. So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in a later video. Bye.
No, I never done this before, never wanna do this again. Wrong turn on a dusty road, I did it to myself, I can't pretend.